See, wavelength should be in nanometer. You see that now. Okay. Electromagnetic spectrum. Okay, the light that we see every day, we call it visible light. Visible light is approximately from 380 nanometer to 750 nanometer. Green light is approximately 550. Green light is approximately 550. Or no, 540, 550. For green, why we are interested in green? Because the leaf is green. Okay. And so the visible light, the one thing I want to bring up is the rainbow that we see after raining. Rainbow that we see is because there are moisture, small water droplet in the air. When the light go through these small water droplet in the air, then the water will kind of split the visible light. When the water in the atmosphere split the visible light, then you will see rainbow in the sky. And the rainbow consists of the visible light spectrum from red color to purple color. And remember I mentioned about X-ray. X-ray has a higher energy, or we can call it higher frequency. So X-ray is on the left-hand side of the visible light. So that means it has a higher frequency and higher energy to penetrate our tissue. And anything that is on the right-hand side of our visible light, like infrared, microwave, radio wave, they don't have strong energy. They cannot go through our body. So that's why it is safe. You know, people say that, oh, microwave is bad, it's dangerous, it causes cancer. Well, those are not scientific, let's put it this way. X-ray, gamma ray, all these, they can cause cancer because they can go through our body. Why? Because when you take X-ray too frequently, or take the or if you work with a radioactive isotope, the gamma ray, remember Marvel superhero Hulk, his body absorbed too much gamma ray. So what happens is that those gamma ray and X-ray, they have high energy, they can penetrate our body. When they penetrate our body, those X-ray or gamma ray, they can hit the nucleus of cells. That's the issue. When they hit the nucleus of the cell, then it may cause mutation or changes in the base pairing in the DNA. When the base pairing or the DNA sequence is changed, then we call this mutation, and that can be potentially cancerous. Although most of the mutation, okay, let me give you a peace of mind. Most of the mutation, they do not cause any obvious changes in the body, but for a few cases, it may cause cancer. That's why I try to minimize taking X-ray. But infrared, microwave, and radio wave, because they have low frequency, that means low energy, they cannot penetrate our body. That's why they cannot cause cancer and stuff. Is that clear why X-ray, you know, people do not encourage you to take X-ray like every week, you know, because of this reason. Okay, what's special about visible light compared to other electromagnetic radiation? Over 40% of the solar radiation is invisible. Okay, most of the energy, they are the visible light. Other radiation blocked by ozone layer, which is important, and water vapor. That's why, you know, many years ago we have a crisis that ozone is depleting, and then the UV light level on the Earth is very high, very strong. Then we find out that, oh, because of the spray, in the spray canister we have something called CFC, chlorofluorocarbon or something like that. I don't remember what CFC stands for. Chlorofluorocarbon. It is this CFC thing that destroy the ozone. So people remove all the CFC from all the spray, and then the ozone repair itself. Now you are fine with the UV light level on the Earth. And then visible light can excite electron in certain organic molecules but not disrupt those molecules. This part, visible light can excite electron. We will, okay, certain organic molecule. You know what organic molecule we're talking about? Yes, those are the chlorophyll. You know, those pigment molecule we talked about previously, like carotenoid, chlorophyll, xanthophyll. You know, all these are the pigment molecules. Those pigment molecules, when they absorb sunlight, then they will generate a high energy electron, basically. So gamma ray disrupt, okay, gamma ray, X-ray, UV ray, they disrupt organic molecule. For example, they can disrupt DNA. That's why we do not encourage people to take X-ray maybe once or twice a year maximum. You don't want to have X-ray every week, okay? Infrared, no energy excitement, because well, as you can see, infrared is on the right hand side of your visible light, so it has a lower energy than visible light. They cannot go through our body. They do not have enough energy to excite electron. Basically, that's the bottom line. They do not have enough energy. The infrared ray, microwave, and radio wave, they do not carry enough energy to excite electron. So, and they do not have enough energy to penetrate our body, so they are safe for daily use. Okay, visible light. The photosynthetic pigment of chlorophyll A and B and carotenoid can absorb specific spectrum. This is important. Okay, you can see that, okay, chlorophyll A mostly absorbs the purple. In here, you can see that. Let me use what color? Okay, let's use black. You can see that it has a chlorophyll A has a peak here, which is around purple and deep blue. It has another peak here around red color. It means that chlorophyll A can absorb purple, blue, purple, and red color. And then chlorophyll B absorbs blue color here. It has a peak in here, chlorophyll B. And chlorophyll B has another peak here, absorbs orange color. And what does it mean, absorbing? When they absorb this color, then this color will not be reflected. Then we cannot see those color. On the other hand, if you can see that, look at the chlorophyll A and B again. They do not absorb green color. They do not absorb this range. So, like light blue, green, and yellow. And these colors, they will be reflected, and that's why we see the leaves as green, okay? For carotenoid, they absorbs blue, a lit and some green color. They absorb blue and blue color for sure. They absorb some green color here, and then that's it. For carotenoid, they do not absorb this spectrum here. From light green to red, that's why carotenoid looks like a red or orange color. For the color spectrum that they do not absorb, they reflect. When they reflect those color, we can see those color. So that's the so-called physics behind. Oh, okay, so they talk about this here, they explain it here. Chlorophyll absorb blue, violet, yellow, red, but reflect green. That's how you can see green. Carotenoid absorb blue, green, reflect orange, red. That's why carotenoid looks orange, red. So they talk about this here. Okay, light reaction. Okay, now that's the meat. That's the meat of today's lecture. Photosynthesis takes place in chloroplast. Yes, we repeatedly learn about this. Light reaction consists of two alternate pathways, non-cyclic, electron pipe, and cyclic. So light reaction has two paths. Okay, photosynthesis has two parts. The first half is called light reaction. In the light reaction, we divide it into two pathways, non-cyclic and cyclic. Does it make sense? And then both pathways transform solar energy into chemical energy. Okay, that's good. And then produces ATP. Yes. Why? Because we need ATP to make glucose. In the second half of the photosynthesis, the Kelvin cycle, dark reaction, or carbon fixation. So the ATP is invested. Is made in the light reaction, and then it is invested in the second half of the photosynthesis to make glucose. And then only the non-cyclic. Okay, non-cyclic pathway. The non-cyclic make NADPH. NADPH is what we call high energy electron carrier. The high energy electron carrier is also used for making glucose in the second half of the photosynthesis. And we first talk about the non-cyclic electron pathway. So photosystem. In the light reaction, it involves something called photosystem. It involves actually at least two photosystems. Okay. They have the pigment. They contain pigment complex and electron acceptor molecules within the thylakoid membrane. Pigment complex can be well, this is a good analogy actually. It's called antenna to gather solar energy. You may consider pigment system as the solar panel. You know, there are many houses or many buildings, they have solar panel on top, so that they can get some kind of a rebate or refund from tax return or something like that. So antenna, or you may call it solar panel. Because solar panel is something that we see. Solar panel, okay. So let's take a look at the organization just to make sure you know what I'm talking about. In the stroma, we have low hydrogen concentration. In the thylakoid space, of high hydrogen concentration. That's why when we don't have a lot of hydrogen ion, it makes it basic. When we have a lot of hydrogen ion, it is acidic. The hydrogen ion gradient is used for synthesizing ATP, we already talked about. So that's the basic organization. So we have the pigment centers.